I need no excuse to make an awesome cake and celebrate afternoon tea. So today I'm going to show you one of my all-time favorites, coffee walnut cake. So let's do it. As with any good cake, we always start by creaming our butter, and I do that by just taking normal refrigerated butter. You can put it to room temperature if you want. And now cream it on speed 5 so you only hear the blades spinning and not the butter. So let's do it. Now we're going to add in all of the other ingredients, and I literally drop in absolutely everything. We've got some eggs, and I always use large eggs. We've got some sugar, nice caster sugar, some flour. I use plain flour for this recipe because you want to make sure you get a really nice cakey flavour. And then we're going to go for some walnut halves because we want a lovely flavour and some texture. And then we're going to go for some espresso. Now you could use just cold espresso, nice strong cold espresso, or you buy this espresso powder and dissolve it in some water. That's what I did, just to be a bit faster. And we're going to add in some baking powder to make this cake rise. I'm going to mix this now for 20 seconds, and then I'm going to pause my Thermomix. Just take the spatula to scrape everything, pop a bubble if there is one, and then mix it again for 20 seconds. A great cake tip to make sure you get a really fluffy and well incorporated cake. Now that our cake mixture is mixed and looks really nice and fluffy, lovely golden colour because of the coffee, I'm going to grab my spatula and we're just going to pop that into a prepared tin. Of course you can make this a round cake and just divide it between 2 centimetre springform cake tins, but I really like to change things up, and today I'm going to make it a tray bake. I really love a good tray bake, so this should be really, really tasty. Just make sure you divide it really nicely, spread it out evenly. Right, we're ready to pop it right in the oven and bake it for about half an hour. If you have 2 individual cakes, you might take up to 40 minutes. And once it's cooled down, I will see you for the lovely icing. Now that we've made our cake and it's cooled down, let's make our icing. And I'm going to start by popping in the butter and softening the butter by just creaming it on speed 5 until you can only hear the blades spin. And then we're going to add in our icing sugar. Now we're going to pop in our butterfly whisk attachment, and remember every time you make icing, always to use this one because it really fluffs up the icing. So we're going to pop in half of our icing sugar. Alright, about half. And half of your espresso. And I use actual espresso powder that I just dissolve in some water, but you can also use cooled espresso if you have a machine at home. And a lucky person. So just pop in half. And then you go just for a little while to incorporate it, and then we're going to add the other half and then ice our cake. Right, so we have got our tray bake here. Obviously you could make this as a normal layer cake and do your icing however you fancy, but I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. And all I do now is just spread over a thin amount with my spatula, and the rest is going to go into a piping bag, and I'll pipe it around really nicely just to make it look really pretty. To finish off the cake, I've just put some nice icing in my piping bag. I'm just going to pipe some really pretty little stars here, and then I'm going to finish it off with some walnuts to make the perfect coffee walnut cake. It's time to show and tell, I'd say. Let's cut right into it and cut a nice slice of cake out. I really can't wait to try this. My eyes are getting bigger than my stomach actually, but here we are, let's try it anyway. Yum! Some really fluffy, beautiful coffee walnut cake. That looks like a good cake to me. Mom, just give me a moment here. This is a super moist, amazing, coffee flavoured cake. I absolutely love it. And if you want to make a cake like this, you can either find the recipe in my tea time book, which you can find by the link below, or on my blog and on the YouTube channel. So subscribe for more videos, and thanks so much for watching. And say that whole thing again.
Okay, yeah.
It's like a hot potato in my mouth. Haha, surprise, I went this way. I took such a big bite.